welcome to my YouTube channel. Another day, another exciting topic. Today I will talk about SINP and we'll discuss everything that you need to know before you apply for Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. So let's go. Guys, before I talk about Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, I would like to discuss some facts and reasons why people want to immigrate, want to live in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is often referred to as Canada's breadbasket, which means that the province produces 28% of Canada's grain and over 54% of Canada's wheat crop. Saskatchewan has a high standard of living, which helps to attract immigrants to settle in this province. The average family income is approximately 80,000 higher than the Canadian average, and the minimum wage is $10.20. Purchasing or renting a home for a family is relatively affordable for newcomers by Canadian standards. Only about 65% of Saskatchewan residents live in urban areas. With less urban demand to drive up prices, Saskatchewan has traditionally had very affordable housing, but this has been on the rise lately because of its successful economy. Saskatchewan is home to just over 1.1 million people, nearly 35% live in rural areas, a figure that places it among the highest in Canada for rural living. Famous cities such as Regina and Saskatoon both are in this province. Let's talk about SINP. It is a specific immigration program of Saskatchewan, Canada. The SINP allows the Saskatchewan to choose the eligible candidates for the permanent residency in the province and subsequently nominate them to the federal government. SINP has not fixed the time limit for the application intake. The SINP selects the candidates based on the criteria such as education, experience, skills, etc. However, the criteria may change without intimation as per the province requirement, and the PNP is likely to process further applications based on the latest criteria. There are four major streams under SINP. We will see each of them in detail. In the second part of the video, we will create and submit the EOI to increase our chance to be selected by Saskatchewan. The first category is International Skilled Worker category. Under this category, there are four subcategories. The first category is Tech Talent Pathways, second Employment Offer, third Occupations in Demand, fourth Saskatchewan Express Entry. The application fee is $350. The processing time depends on the category. For example, for employment offer it is 4 weeks, for occupations in demand it is 35 weeks, and for Saskatchewan Express Entry it is up to 37 weeks. Minimum requirements: you need to have a legal status if you are living in Canada. You need to score a minimum of 60 points out of 110 on the point assessment grade. Now you will think, what is this point assessment grade? We will see what this thing is. In order to be eligible, you need to score at least 60 out of 110 on the point assessment grid. Now, the point assessment grid can be divided into two major factors, 1 and 2. And under these major factors, there are multiple sub-factors. Let's see one by one. Under factor 1, labor market success, there are four major sub-factors and you will be given points for these sub-factors. These factors are education and training, skilled work experience, language ability, and age. Under factor 2, that is connection to Saskatchewan labor market and adaptability, there are four major factors. If you have a high skilled employment offer from a Saskatchewan employer, 30 points will be given to you. If you have a close family relative in Saskatchewan, 20 points will be given to you. If you have a past experience in Saskatchewan, for example, at least 12 months of work in the past 5 years on a valid work permit, 5 points will be given to you. If you have a past student experience in Saskatchewan, at least one full-time academic year at a recognized Saskatchewan postgraduate education institution on a valid work permit, 5 points will be given to you. I will add the link of the point assessment grid in the description box and you can check and calculate your points. Number 1, Tech Talent Pathway. This subcategory is for highly skilled workers who have a job offer from a Saskatchewan employer in one of the 11 tech occupations. These occupations are Computer and Information Systems Manager 0213, Electrical and Electronic Engineers 2133, Computer Engineers 2147, Information System Analysts and Consultants 2171, Database Analysts and Database Administrators 2172, Software Engineers and Designers 2173, Computer Programmers and Interactive Media Developers 2174, Web Designers and Developers 2175, Computer Network Technicians 2281, User Support Technicians 2282, Information System Testing Technicians 2283. The second subcategory is employment offer. This subcategory is for skilled workers who have a job offer from a Saskatchewan employer, which means that you need to have a valid job offer. Guys, I have added additional requirements of every category. Please go through each of every requirement so that you have a better understanding. Furthermore, if you have any confusion regarding any subcategory or category, you can comment and I will reply. The third subcategory is occupations in demand. This subcategory is for highly skilled workers with experience in an in-demand occupation in Saskatchewan who do not yet have a job offer in this province. Saskatchewan Express Entry. This subcategory is for candidates who are already in the Express Entry pool and have a skilled work experience or in-demand occupation in Saskatchewan. For this category and for the previous category, we create an EOI and send the data to the Saskatchewan, and based on that data, Saskatchewan decides whether to invite or not. In the second part of the video, we will see how we create and submit an EOI. Second main category is the Saskatchewan Experience category. Under this category, there are 6 pathways. The application fee is none, however, the processing time is 1 to 2 weeks. Let's see each and every pathway in detail. Skilled worker with existing work permit. This subcategory is for a skilled worker who have been working in Saskatchewan for at least 6 months and who hold a valid work permit, which means that you need to have a job offer. Semi-skilled agriculture worker with existing work permit. This subcategory is for semi-skilled worker who have been working for more than 6 months with a valid work permit for the employer offering them a job, or who have been previously worked in Saskatchewan for at least 6 months. They must also have a full-time permanent job offer from a Saskatchewan employer as a general farm worker or nursery and greenhouse worker. This subcategory is for physicians, nurses, or health care workers who have worked for at least 6 months in Saskatchewan. The next category is hospitality sector project. This subcategory is for food and beverage servers, food counter attendants, kitchen helpers, or housekeeping and cleaning staff in Saskatchewan. They must have been working for at least 6 months in this province. Next subcategory is long haul truck driver project. This subcategory is for those who have been working at an approved trucking firm in Saskatchewan for at least 6 months. Next subcategory is students. This subcategory is for students who graduated from a post-secondary institution anywhere in Canada and who worked in Saskatchewan for at least 24 months. Students who graduated from a Saskatchewan institution need to have worked in the province for 6 months. The next major category is entrepreneur and farm category. Under this category, there are 2 subcategories. Application fee is 2,500 Canadian dollars. Processing time is 14 weeks. Minimum requirements: must have a minimum net worth of 500,000 Canadian dollars or 300,000 through the Young Farmer Stream. Must have gathered your net worth through legal means verified to at least 80%. So, the first subcategory is entrepreneur subcategory. This subcategory is for people who wish to invest in this province of Saskatchewan by establishing, acquiring, partnering in a business in the province. You are expected to take on an active management role, basically a managerial position in the business. Next subcategory is for farm owners and operators. This subcategory is for experienced farmers with a large capital who are looking to invest in a farming operation and to settle in Saskatchewan. The final major category is International Graduate Entrepreneur category. Under this category, there is only one subcategory. Application fee is none. Processing time is 14 weeks. Minimum requirements: you must be at least 21 years old. You must have completed a full-time post-secondary degree or diploma that is at least 2 years in duration from a Saskatchewan institution. You must hold a valid post-graduation work permit, that is PGWP, that is valid for at least 2 years. You must have lived in Saskatchewan for the duration of their academic program. You must meet the language requirement of CLB 7. This category is for international graduates of eligible post-secondary institutions or graduating from eligible post-secondary institutions in Saskatchewan and who are planning to start a business. Approved candidates must operate and manage a business in Saskatchewan for at least a year to be eligible for a provincial nomination for permanent residence. Guys, in this part of the video, we will see how we can create and submit an EOI. This part is divided into 6 subsections. These sections are: create an OSIS account, interpersonal details, determine your eligibility in subcategory, complete EOI point grid, declare consultant if this applies in your case, review and submit EOI. So let's see how we do that. So guys, first we have to go to immigration.saskatchewan.ca. I will add the website link in the description box where you have to sign up. Now you have to create your account and select the registration type. In my case, it is SINP applicant or expression of interest candidate because we are creating an EOI. Guys, remember I told you previously that we can create EOI in these 2 subcategories. These subcategories are occupations in demand and Saskatchewan express entry. And That's what we are doing right now. So after selecting the registration type, there is this form where you have to put your username, first name, middle name, family name, date of birth, and email address. Your email address should be your email address, so make sure you put the right email address. Now when you tap the submit button, you get your username and your password on the email address you put in the previous step. Now log into your OSIS account using your username and password. It asks you to change your password because the previous password was a system generated one. Now you have to put your own password. After changing the password, it leads you to a form, authority to disclose personal information. Go through that form. Moving forward, if you want to recover your user ID or password, there is a feature on the login page. Using that feature, you can do that. Now in the section 2, you have to put your personal details. Please click here to begin CTM. Fill in all the applicant information and password details required. Fill in the residential home address. If your home address is outside Canada, choose international and type in your province. If your home address is the same as your mailing address, choose yes. For the question, is a mailing address the same as the residential home address? Fill in mailing address and telephone number if different from your home address. Now there are three options. I'm a skilled worker who wants to work and live in Saskatchewan. I'm a foreign national currently working and living in Saskatchewan. I want to establish and actively operate a business in Saskatchewan. So in my case, it's gonna be the first one because I'm a skilled worker. I want to work and live in Saskatchewan. That is why I'm creating an EY. Next, it asks your representative details. Choose yes if you are appointing a representative. Otherwise, choose no. Fill in the email address for the consultant if you select yes. That's it. So guys, the next question is regarding determining your eligibility and subcategory. You must answer the series of questions on this page to determine eligibility and application category. If you are eligible under OID, that is occupation in demand or express entry subcategory, you will be able to submit an expression of interest that we have already discussed. If you are submitting an EOI for OID, you must answer the questions as shown below and choose your intended occupation knock. You must have at least 1 year of paid experience in the last 10 years in your field of education or training to be eligible. However, if you are submitting an EY for express entry, you must be accepted into IRCC, which means that you need to have a profile in the express entry pool and a valid job seeker validation code. You must meet the minimum work experience requirement for express entry outlined in the eligibility criteria. In my case, I selected no for do you have a current job offer and yes for have you been accepted into IRCC, which means that I have an express entry profile. I did put my express entry profile number and job seeker validation code and selected my knock. The sample screenshot attached below shows the information that I provided in the earlier steps. Review your birth date and address information. And if you want to update your personal details, please click on the edit birthday or address button. After making changes, click confirm button and then next. Now, if you have declared the use of an immigration representative on your birthday and address screen, a consultant screen will automatically be created. You can go through all the information available on this screen. So the fifth section is regarding completing EY points grid. The information you provide will result in a point score. The EY profile uses the same point assessment grid as the international skilled worker categories. Your EY status will initially show not yet submitted. Now there are various factors based on which you are given points. First one is education and training. Fill in points for the highest complete education. For education completed outside Canada, choose the Canadian equivalency stated on your ECA educational credential assessment. Please answer the question regarding license based on the knocks that you have chosen under the eligibility page. Choose NA not available if the knock code does not require any license. Please answer a series of questions regarding education based on your current situation. Check the sample screenshot attached for your understanding. Please answer the question regarding certain points as well. Now the second factor is skilled work experience. In this section you are asked these two questions. The principal applicant work experience points are calculated according to documented proof of a skilled work experience in the knock code OANP. Select the number of years you worked in your intended occupation knock during the most recent 5 years. Select the number of years you worked in your intended occupation knock during 6 to 10 year period prior to application. The next section is regarding language ability, age, and connection to Saskatchewan labor market and adaptability. Please put your language ability details, your age, and connection to Saskatchewan labor market and adaptability. In my case, I will be getting 0 points since I don't have any connection to Saskatchewan labor market. So I will choose the last one. Please read the declaration form and select yes or no. After saving and answering all the required questions and saving the screen, you will see the submit expression of interest button at the bottom of the screen. Click on submit expression of interest button. If all the required information is provided, your EY will be submitted and a notification will be displayed. You will be notified if your EY has been selected and you have been invited to apply. After submitting EY, if you would like to cancel your current EY, you can click on cancel EY. This will delete your EY and you will have to repeat this process again if you wish to submit an EY in the future. Updating your EY after submission. If you want to update the EY information you provided, click on make changes to EY button on the EY point screen to update your EY. You will receive an email with an invitation to apply letter. If you are selected to apply, you will have 60 days to complete and submit an application after being invited. In order to submit an application, please log into OSIS with the same account and click on start part 1 of application button. Guys, that's it for now. I have tried to cover most of the things regarding SINP in this video. Despite that, if you have questions or queries, you can always comment. Please do hit the like button, subscribe the channel and share the video with others, and I will see you with another exciting topic in the next video.